Hey everybody, what's going on? Happy New Year! I hope you guys had a really good New Year's Eve and Christmas and holiday season. Welcome to week 7 of my first pregnancy, and yeah, welcome to week 7. We're progressing, so that's a good thing. I'm excited. It's hard to be excited when you're sick all the time. I'm still sick, y'all. Of course, it's not gonna end. And I wanted to do a vlog today, not just based on what I'm going through right now, but I wanted to also make this a informative vlog, because next week I will be going to my first prenatal appointment next Thursday. So I'll be 8 weeks next Thursday, and I will be I have my first prenatal appointment. I just made sure, confirmed it today, and I'm really excited. I want to see this little bean that's growing strong and making mommy sick, and so just to get some information on different things that I can do. So let's just go on ahead and get right into it. Excuse the noise. The maintenance are out there cutting the grass, and yeah, so it's gonna be a lot of background noise, so just try to excuse it. I'll try to talk loud, I don't have a problem, projecting my voice. So last week, as I told you guys before, I was experiencing severe nausea, and it has pretty much been the same, and in some cases it has gotten a little bit worse because not only do I have nausea all day long, I'm also experiencing food aversions. My sense of smell is gotten very sensitive, to the point where if I smell food or a strong odor, I get horribly sick when I smell food, because I got the bright idea to heat up some food in the oven yesterday, and it smelled up the whole entire house, and I had to leave because it was just too much. I couldn't take it. It was just too much. I mean, just that overwhelming nausea feeling like you're about to just throw up everything. And it was so funny that I was talking to you guys last week that I was going through the nausea and trying to deal with that, and I hadn't really thrown up yet. I must have jinxed myself, because that night I threw up. I threw up like 5 times. And it was horrible. But I felt so much better after it was over, but it was just horrible. And then that next morning, I took my prenatal vitamin on an empty stomach, because that's what it was. I took my prenatal vitamin and I ate, and I was trying to eat, because I can't eat hardly anything right now. And so I said, well, I'm going to eat some applesauce. I tried to eat the applesauce. Applesauce tasted like crap. I don't know what happened to my taste buds, but I love applesauce, because in the beginning, when I first found out, I had bought a bunch of peaches, a bunch of applesauce, like light food that I know I can eat. I tasted that applesauce. The applesauce tasted terrible. I was like, dude, what is it, spoiled? Like, I didn't know what this. It just tasted horrible. So I ended up getting sick again, and I was all alone because my husband was at work. So I was just like, just vomiting everywhere, and it was just crazy. So I have to make sure that I at least eat something, or put something substantial in my stomach before I take any of the vitamins or whatever, which you think would be common sense, but I'm not in my right mind right now. So I'm just trying to get by. That's all I'm trying to do, because at this point it's like I've been sick so long that I'm starting to pinpoint exactly when sickness occurs, because I do have pockets of calm. Dang, loud. It was quiet for like 2 hours, and now all of a sudden when I start to film, they want to make noise. Anyway, I have pockets of calm. Now, I have pointed my nausea. My nausea right now at 7 weeks is strictly, it's all day. Hold on, y'all. You gotta deal when you live in an apartment. Anyways, my nausea starts at 12:30 a.m. and it's horrible from 12:30 a.m. until probably around noon. As soon as the PM starts, it calms. It doesn't go away completely. It's still there, but it's not as pronounced as it is in the AM. So during the morning time, I am completely and utterly useless. Just useless. I'm in bed. I'm just laying down, just praying and hoping that nothing comes up, because I don't really have much to come up anyway, because I don't eat. Yeah, and going back to eating, I am averaging like probably a half a meal a day at this point, you know, which is crazy, because as you can see, I'm an eater, you know, and to go from eating to barely eating at all, because I just can't. It's hard to eat when you're nauseous, you know, because it's like you're chewing and you're like chewing and, you know, it's like, forget it. And then you can't eat without smelling the food, and when you smell the food, sorry I'm spitting, y'all, when you smelling the food, it makes you sick. So it's just like a double negative, you know, you can't get, so it's just like you're just like this trying to eat, and it's just horrible. So I can get a half a meal down. Like, my appetite has completely changed. I have no appetite. I eat very little. My husband, we had some pasta, and he was like, how much do you want? I was just like, a spoon, 1 teaspoon, and I had 1 teaspoon, and that was it. That's all I could eat. And I've been drinking Gatorade, you know, and water, of course. And so that's just pretty much what I've been doing. And I can eat peaches, and I can eat peaches all day long now, you know. So I have fruit, and that's it. So, you know, and I'm trying to be careful, because like most things right now that I have loved for years since childhood now taste nasty, and so I can't even deal with it anymore. So yeah, so my food aversions are horrible. So I'm pretty much, you know, I'm hardly eating at all. My sleep, I sleep at night, but it's like interrupted sleep, because I go to the bathroom like 6 or 7 times in the nighttime. So, because I'm constantly sipping, you know, because I feel sick. Like, once midnight, the clock strikes midnight, I have this overwhelming, you know, nausea feeling. I feel very, very sick. So I try to sip throughout the night just to keep myself, you know, from, you know, just throwing up. And so it's just really, really horrible at this point. And I'll fall asleep like during the day. My sleep during the day is like hibernation. Yesterday I slept so hard, and I'm usually a very, very light sleeper. And I mean, if anything, like if I hear the slightest sound, I'm up. Like, what are you doing? You know. But yesterday, for the life of me, it was just like, you know how you're so tired, like you feel like when you try to wake up, it's like you can't, like the bed is like pulling you. And I just felt like this strong force. I was trying to wake up because I was dreaming about peeing. I was dreaming about peeing. I was trying to pee, and I couldn't pee, and it wouldn't come out. And I just happened to just like, I was trying to wake up, and I had to pee, and I was just so tired. Like, I was just like laying down trying to wake up, laying down trying to wake up, and I was like, if you don't get up, you're gonna pee in the bed. So sleep in the daytime for me is like it's hard to stay awake during the day because I'm really hard to sleep at night because I'm always peeing, you know. So also I'm getting these weird, hair growths, you know, random hair growing in weird places. Like I have this hair on my cheek. I have one strand of hair that's growing out of my cheek, and it's just the weirdest thing. I saw it one day. I was just like, oh no, what, my eyelashes fell? No, honey, that thing is growing out of my cheek. I'm like, what the hell is this? Oh God. It's funny to me because it's like this is new to me. So it's like every day is something new. I promise you. I get something new every single day. A new symptom, you know, or symptoms just increase or decrease. Every single day is a new experience. And so I'm just like, man, oh man, am I gonna have a story to tell when this kid gets here? So a few days ago, my mom and I, we went window shopping because she wanted to go window shopping. This woman already bought the bathtub. Can you believe it? Grandparents. Oh man, so as horrible as I felt, I was like, I'll go with you. You know, we walked around Babies R Us, and she just, you know, oh, I like this, oh, I like that. Can you buy this from my house? Can you have that? I was like, okay, Mom. You know, but it was fun. It was fun to see all the wonderful little things, you know. And I ain't buying nothing from Babies R Us. Babies R Us is too high, child. No. Target. Yeah, we not buying nothing from Babies R Us. Babies R Us is ridiculous. And so half of that stuff you can get on eBay, honey, for real cheap, and I'll get into that later, y'all. But anyway, so yeah, we just walked around and I looked around, but I won't be buying nothing from there. Yeah, so I wanted to get into real quick, because I don't want to make this too long, because you know how I can talk, y'all. I wanted to get into, since next week is my prenatal visit, my first prenatal visit, and I know some of you all are, you know, just finding out that you're pregnant or around the same, you know, week or a few weeks earlier or behind me or whatever. And so I just wanted you to be prepared as to what, you know, what's going to happen when you go to your first prenatal visit. Now, from what I've read, I've heard this visit is going to be the longest visit of life because you're pretty much like starting from scratch. Well, for me, I'm starting from scratch because this is a brand new doctor. Y'all already know what happened with the last doctor. He was rude and I couldn't deal with it, and I was paying cash with him. And plus his services are limited. He only takes care of pregnant women for the first trimester, but I don't want anything to do with him. So he gave me all of my paperwork, all of my blood work and everything, so I'll just transfer all of my info to this new doctor. Alright, so what you need to do is when you well, a lot of people are not really sure when they should schedule their first prenatal visit because, you know, most doctors won't see you until you're like between 8 to 10 weeks. You know, I don't know what the reason is behind it or whatever the case may be, but that's just what I was told. You know, that they start to see you at 8 weeks. You know, 8 to 10 weeks. They'll schedule you an appointment. Now, if you have like bleeding, spotting, severe cramping, or you're really, really sick, or whatever the case may be, they do make exceptions to try to make sure to see if you're okay and just to get you checked out and everything. So, you know, in those instances, that's when they'll, you know, make provisions to go on ahead and see you earlier than the 8 weeks. Now, what you need to do is be prepared to, you know, discuss your medical history as far as, you know, when was your last pap smear, you know, have you ever, do you have any chronic conditions, do you have any drug allergies, psychiatric problems, past surgeries, things of that nature. And that's just, you know, between you and your doctor, okay? And then also habits that may impact your pregnancy, which is smoking, drinking, drug use. Any of those issues that you may have, you may want to go ahead and see what you can do to get you some help to stop so it doesn't affect your baby. Let me make sure I am still recording. Alright, I'm still recording. Alright, so they're also going to take your family history, you know, as well, any hereditary stuff. Now in my case, my dad has and I have to get more confirmation from my mother, but from what I understand, my dad has the sickle cell trait. And if you're African American, you all know that, African Americans, are subject to sickle cell anemia. And so since my father has the trait, I just want to make sure. My husband and I have never been tested for sickle cell, and so we have to make sure that we're not at risk, for the sickle cell trait or anything like that. So that's the only, genetic thing that I could think of, They will explain your options for prenatal and genetic testing. That's primarily your decision. You can do whatever it is that you feel that is necessary for you. All of that stuff is optional. They will be running some tests. You will get a physical, a pelvic exam, including a pap smear, unless you've had one recently, which I have. I really do not want a pap smear. They will take, of course, urine, so please make sure that you have some urine up there when you go, so they can take, urine or whatever the case may be. They will check for anemia, all of the different sexually transmitted diseases, and I think by law, you have to test for HIV, so they will do that for you. And since I am overweight, I'm pretty sure they're going to want to do a glucose challenge test, just to see if I'm at risk for gestational diabetes or whatever. I don't know. I've never had issues with high blood pressure, diabetes, or anything of that nature. But because of my size, I'm pretty sure that they may try to test for it. I don't have an issue with it because, people just assume that when you're overweight, you just have high blood pressure and all that stuff, which is not the case for everybody, because skinny people have that too. But anyway, I digress. And they also will ask you about certain things, like if you have pets. And I know a lot of people, before I even begin, I have cats, and everybody wants to talk about, the toxoplasmosis, which is found in cat urine. And you're mostly at risk, and people need to really do their research before they just go on a tangent about it, because you are mostly at risk if your cats are outdoor cats, because outdoor cats usually eat a lot of rodents. They eat a lot of things on the outside that could make you sick if they come in contact with you. And of course, if you come in contact with their feces, urine, or anything like that, as I said before in my last vlog, I don't touch the kitty litter box. I don't even go near it. And it's not even in a common area. It's away, not even visible to the eye. You have to I put it in a place where you have to look for it, in order to find it. So it's nowhere in a common area around me or anything, or my husband does all that stuff. And then number 2, my cats don't go outside, period. They're too scary to go outside. They don't want to go outside. They're rotten, spoiled, so no. And so what they will do, the doctor will, now, I know they like to give women flu shots. Do what you want. I'm not getting a flu shot, because there's something wrong with that flu shot. I don't know what it is. Every single person I know, man, woman, and child, who has gotten a flu shot get extremely ill after they get the flu shot. So no flu shot for me. Now I know they're going to try to do a transvaginal ultrasound. Not interested in that either. I don't want anything in my vagina right now, to be honest with you. And so I can do the topical one. The topical ultrasound I'm cool with, but anything, I don't want anything inserted into my vagina right now at all, because I'm paranoid. I want to make sure I'm in the first trimester. I want to make sure I'm doing everything the right way, and just to keep myself on point until I get to that 14-week mark. Then I can breathe a little easier. I'll still be nervous, but I'll be out of the first trimester, probably the the first week in February. So, you know, I still have a month left. I don't want anything in my vagina. Oh well. So if that means I can't see a little Rover for another 4 weeks, then so be it. I just want to make sure that I'm doing everything I possibly can do that's, you know, good for me, you know, and good for him or her. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, that's pretty much it. If you're having questions, comments, or concerns, you know, you can leave them down below. If you have any like foods that are like non-aroma foods that helped you through your first trimester, let me know, because I'm not eating, you know, and that's not, I'm sure that's not good. I mean, I'm drinking tons and tons of water. For some reason, water is just so satisfying to me, you know, at this point. Like, it makes me feel better. And so I drink a lot of water, and a lot of times I get kind of like sick of it. I want something with flavor, so I'll have Gatorade. You know, I can't even drink orange juice anymore because it tastes terrible. I don't know, my food aversions are like to the 10th degree, you know, so it's very little that I can tolerate right now. But just let me know what you guys did, and yeah, and how that worked for you. So that's pretty much it. So I will talk to you guys next time. God's will and life last. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend. I'm still in school, y'all. I'm going strong. It's my last, actually next week is my last week. Then I go right into another class. So I'm just trying to keep it on with school, because, you know, and one thing that's really good about my school, I go to the University of Phoenix, is that they have a great program where, you know, you can take time off, you know, you can take like a leave of absence, and it won't affect your financial aid or anything like that. So, you know, I might take like maybe 6 weeks off or 5 weeks off of school after I deliver, but, you know, it's just great to have that option. So, yeah, that's about it. So next week, hopefully I'll be able, I'm going to try to film. I'm really going to try to film when I go to the doctor. Now, if they cool with it, cool. If they're not cool with it, then you won't see no footage. But I'm bringing my mom with me because my husband has to work. So I'm definitely going to film when I go to the doctor. And I will let you guys know what happened. And after that, we're going to be like officially announcing the pregnancy to people. So after we find out what's going on, they check and everything is cool, then we'll announce it. So anyway, we'll announce it mainstream, you know what I mean. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Stay sweet, and thank you for all of your wonderful advice and all of your well wishes. I really appreciate you guys. Are so sweet. If I had $1 million, I would give all of y'all $20. I'm just playing. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace and hair grease, and